Welcome back, Devils fans. It is your host, Ace. Here I'm running with the Devils, where we are talking New Jersey Devils hockey all year long. Please hit that subscribe button, smash the like, share with a friend. Thank you very much. And it is not a good Friday, my friends. It is not a good Friday because, as you all know, our beloved New Jersey Devils opened up the season last night in Raleigh, North Carolina, the scene where it all ended last season, against the Carolina Hurricanes, and it was not pretty. Devils fall to the Canes by a score of 6-3. The game, much closer than the score may indicate. It was tied 3-3 late in the game, and then obviously the Canes took the go-ahead goal from Jarvis late in the game, and then they got an empty net, and then they got another one. But Devils outplayed for the majority of the game, if we're being honest, but they had the chance to win. They were in the game, tied it up at 3, and then Jarvis got that go-ahead goal, late in the third, and the point that looked secure vanished off the board, and it is what it is, guys. I am not happy about the performance whatsoever, but a lot of you guys, I have to say, have gone off the deep end. Last night in the post-game live, a lot of you were just saying complete insanity, just complete and utter insanity. I was shocked at how many people, after game one, were just proclaiming the season over. I just can't fathom being that negative. And listen, I say plenty of negative things when I feel it's warranted. After game one of the regular season is certainly not it. Certainly not it. There's 81 regular season games left, and I'm just as frustrated as everybody else with the loss. It was annoying. It was more of the same. It looked like the same movie on repeat from the last, with the playoffs and everything. The Canes have owned us for years, and I get all of it. And people want this team to win, and it's been frustrating. I certainly understand, guys. You guys know I eat, sleep, and breathe New Jersey Devils hockey, and I want this team to succeed just as much, if not more, than everyone. I want to see another cup before I die. I've talked about this forever. I never thought I'd be here at the age I am now, hoping just to see one more before I die, but it is what it is. But you guys got to calm down and come back to life. It's one game. And they were in it late. Despite being outplayed, they were in it late and with the chance to steal the game. It looked like they were going to steal one in Raleigh. It didn't happen, but Carolina has owned us. They are big brother. They are daddy right now. They have been for years. Obviously, they took it to us. They took it to us really good. I think the team obviously has to play with a little more intensity. We need to see that heavier, edgier, more violent. They certainly were heavier, edgier, more violent than we were. And they won the game. But for everyone that's, at the ledge and talking about, oh, it's the same old team, this and that, it's one game. I think the Devils will be fine. But that obviously sucked. That was a bad game. But they were still in it. I mean, I'm just honestly shocked between the people in the post-game live. And if you're not familiar with the post-game live, after MSG goes off the air, I mean, last night wasn't on MSG, but after normal games when they're on MSG, after the post-game show goes off the air, I come on and do a post-game live where I discuss the game with all of you and pull up comments and react to them, all that. If you're not familiar, there'll be a link in the description for last night's post-game live, or you could go to the live tab on the channel. But the overwhelming amount of negativity after game one of the season was truly shocking. I knew there was going to be some people dooming. That's expected. Yeah, I thought maybe a handful of people. It was dozens and dozens of people all just unleashing assaults. And it seems like some of you guys were waiting for this. Like, you wanted to see this happen. And I have no words. I have no words. They took it to us and punched us in the mouth. Dougie Hamilton said it after the game. We need to figure out how to beat this team in this building if we're going to go anywhere this year. And that is true. They have been a constant thorn in our side for years. I've talked about it a million times. I hate the Hurricanes almost as much as the New York Rangers. Growing up in northern New Jersey, surrounded by Rangers fans, and obviously the rich history between the Devils and Rangers, including some epic playoff series, no team could ever pass the Rangers for me in terms of hatred. But the Hurricanes are 1A. It used to be like Rangers 1, Canes 2. Now it's Rangers 1, Hurricanes just a hair below them at 1A because of how much they've owned us. And their fans are super obnoxious besides. But they're going to have to find a way to slay the beast. If this team wants to go on a deep run, it most likely will have to go through Carolina for them, and they're going to have to figure it out. Again, one game, I'm not going to be, saying all the wild stuff that you guys are saying. I still believe in this team. They are going to be a good team. They need to have a big bounce-back performance in Tampa tomorrow night. Hopefully we see that. But there were some positives from the game. I mean, there were some, right? It's not all doom and gloom. There were some positives. Some of the ones that, stick out to me. The first one being that they never gave up until the very end. I mean, maybe that was a little bit of a give up at the very end. But they came back from 1-goal deficits 3 separate times. They were down 1-0, tied it at 1. They were down 2-1, tied it up at 2. They were down 3-2, tied it at 3. So they never laid down. They never said die. They kept clawing back in a very hostile environment. I mean, that arena's bonkers. I also don't know, were there microphones planted all over the rink? Because it seemed like everything was super loud. But very hard place to play. It's been a complete house of horrors for the Devils for very long. And they're going to have to find a way to win there and beat the Canes in New Jersey as well. They just have to be able to beat this team, and they have the recipe to just take it to us. It's super annoying, and I get it. But for everyone that's going, oh, it's the same team, this and that, I mean, it's one game, guys. Let's pump the brakes a little bit and see what adjustments are made. I think we're going to see some tinkering with the lines potentially. There's lots of things that are going to change, over the course of a season. This is a marathon, not a sprint. And while, again, I'm not happy with the result, and it is frustrating, I'm not going to sit here and say the season's over. I mean, it's just crazy stuff. I mean, take a deep breath, guys. Game one. What are we talking about? So some other positives, obviously, didn't give up, kept fighting back. Dougie Hamilton. I've defended this man. I am a Dougie fan. I have defended Dougie against a lot of you people for a very long time. You saw the beautiful goal on the backhand with that feed from Bratter. Great play by Bratter on that one. Dougie finishes it on the backhander. And then we saw Dougie using that monster frame of his. I have wanted to see Dougie start crushing people for quite some time. He is a monster of a man. And we saw a couple nice hits from him last night. The biggest one being in the first period, I think, when he stepped up on somebody and just drilled him with the shoulder in the chest, and he went right down. That's physics at work right there. Big man hits small man, pancake. Love to see it. I hope Dougie embraces that all season long. He is a monster, and I think if he starts leaning into that portion of his game, he could become even better than he already is. But I love Dougie. I've talked about this forever. Been fighting off a bunch of you people looking to trade him off. I'm on the Dougie wagon. I think Dougie is a guy you'd love to have for a playoff run for sure. So I thought Dougie was a bright spot. Cody Glass. A lot of people were kind of slandering him earlier on in the game in the chat. Again, game one, 1 or 2 periods, and people are already, this was, with the extreme takes. But Cody Glass, can he be a spark in that bottom 6? Obviously, we've talked about for months, bottom 6 needs to pick it up. Last season, they were non-existent. Can Glass be a constant fixture in that bottom 6 that's going to surprise us all with some nifty moves creating goals? And last night, we saw it. Luke with a beautiful pass hits Cody Glass sizzling through the neutral zone, and he takes it on in and rips a beautiful shot past Freddie Anderson. I thought that was a nice little, glimpse of things to come from Cody Glass. Lukey boy, Luke Hughes, looked a little shaky and rusty early on, as expected. He missed all of training camp, didn't play any preseason games, and now he's thrust out there in Carolina in the ruckus. But I thought as the game went on, he looked a little bit better, and 2 assists for Luke Hughes. For everyone that was kind of talking smack about his contract and it's an overpayment and all that stuff, as I've maintained since it was signed, Luke is going to be a very good player in this league, guys. He's going to be a very good player in this league, and he's going to put up a lot of points for the New Jersey Devils. 2 assists last night. Sky's the limit for Luke. I think his contract might even be considered a deal by the time this season is done. But 2 points for him. I'm just soaking this all in. The comments are wild, though. I mean, I just can't fathom a huge portion of a fan base reacting so over the top to game 1 of the season. It really is crazy. Thought Paulie Cotter looked good. You guys know I'm a Paul Cotter guy. He was bringing that intensity, heavier, edgier, more violent. I thought that penalty on him was kind of BS where he slashed the stick and it broke. I mean, the refs have to stop calling slashings based on someone's stick breaking. And it happened later on as well. Luke Hughes got called for a slashing that I thought was kind of weak as well. Again, the stick broke, they call it, and the Hurricanes scored on the ensuing power play. I thought pretty weak slashing calls in my opinion. Yeah, they slashed the stick, but I mean, come on, this is hockey. You got to let that go. But because the stick breaks, they call it. It is what it is. Super unfortunate. The Devils were able to tie it up after that, but I thought those were just kind of annoying. But I thought Cotter looked good. And overall, I am just nowhere near as down as many of you are. I am disappointed, yes. Was it a good game? No. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It was not a good enough performance, period. Period. They kicked our ass. But there were some positives to take from the game. There was. There really was. Looking forward to getting back to it in Tampa tomorrow night. Hopefully we see a much better effort from this club. Hopefully it results in a big Devils win. I'm trying to think anything else. I'm just all over the place. But reading the stuff online from everyone dooming is wild. Everyone, cool the Jets. This team will be fine. It is one game. Positives. The balanced scoring. We talked about needing a balanced scoring attack. Well, I would say last night constituted a pretty good balance of scoring. We saw the first goal from a defenseman in Dougie Hamilton. Shout out to Dougie. Nice goal by him. So we got a goal from the defense, which we didn't see too many of last season, obviously. Love offensive contributions whenever you could get them from your blue liners. Dougie tied it up at 1. Nice goal from a defender. Then we saw a bottom 6 goal from Cody Glass. And then the, at the time, game-tying goal from the top 6, Jesper Bratt. You checked them all. Defense with a goal, check. Bottom 6 with a goal, check. Top 6 with a goal, check. That's a positive. That was not the case last season. And in game 1, we saw what I would consider all 3 departments, if you will. Departments of the team, if we split it up into top 6, bottom 6, and defense. All 3 departments got a goal. That is somewhat encouraging. It's not all doom and gloom, guys. There were some positive takeaways. But there's a lot to kind of be upset about. I get it. But let's put it all into perspective. Game 1. Game 1 of 82. I still believe in this team. I still think they're going to be very good. I think a lot of you guys are crazy, obviously. And I don't know if our fan base is maybe a little crazier than most, or if this is just typical of most fan bases of all teams in pro sports. It probably is, but I feel like our fan base is really a little over the top sometimes. You guys got to calm down. But I get it. It's been frustrating few years. It's been a frustrating much longer than that if you're a longtime fan. Since 2012, when the Devils went on a magical run to the Stanley Cup Finals and lost to the Kings, since that time, in 2012, since that time, our beloved New Jersey Devils have made a total of 3 playoff appearances. 3 playoff appearances, the first being in 17-18 when Taylor Hall, a villain from last night, and a guy who I wanted the Devils to look into bringing back last season at the trade deadline, but, you know, it is what it is. Taylor Hall dragged a mediocre Devils team in 17-18 to the playoffs, carried them on his back en route to winning the Hart Trophy as the league's most valuable player. An absolutely heroic performance by him on the season. That team really didn't belong in the playoffs. He dragged them there, wins a Hart Trophy as league MVP, the only Hart Trophy winner in New Jersey Devils history, which is kind of crazy to think about with all the guys we've had over the years. Some studs, and no one's won a Hart. Taylor Hall did, got the Devils to the playoffs. And for his efforts, we were bounced in the first round in 5 games against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Brutal series, complete mismatch. And then the Devils don't get back to the playoffs again until obviously that magical 22-23 season that saw the team have a record-setting year. 112 points in the regular season and a beautiful 7-game series win over the Rangers in the first round before ultimately falling to these same Carolina Hurricanes in the second round. And then obviously the third appearance post-2012 was last season, 24-25, where again the Hurricanes bounced us in 5. And so in the past 13 years, the Devils have been in the playoffs 3 total times. They've won a single playoff round, that round against the Rangers in 22-23. And they've won a grand total, wait for it, guys, wait for it, a grand total of 7 playoff games. 7. So I get the frustration. I let this team affect me too much. Obviously, I have a Devils YouTube channel, guys, and I'm sitting here talking about the Devils with all of you regularly, watching games, reading articles. I love this team. I do, and I get the frustration. It's been a long time since we've been relevant consistently. 3 playoff appearances in the past 13 years is ridiculous, with a single round 1 and 7 total games across that time span. And like I've talked about before, the time to win is now. Bratter and Nico in their 9th season. And I get all of it. But, I think this is going to be a good year. I really do. But I get the frustration. We've been Very mediocre for a long time. Hopefully it all changes this season. But everyone calm down. There were some positives from the game. But, yeah, we got our asses kicked last night. It happens. Move on to the next one. That's it. I'm not going to sit here and dwell on it and proclaim the season over and this team is horrible. You guys are nuts. You guys are nuts. It was one game, but it was discouraging a little bit. I get it. I get it all. But have a little perspective on this thing. I think that's all I got right now. But everyone just calm down. Calm down. They'll be all right. Looking forward to the game tomorrow. I'll be doing the post-game live. I have tons of stuff in the works, videos coming out all the time. I don't even know if I want to say this, but let me know what you thought about the game in the comments. Probably going to be another rough one. If you haven't checked out the post-game live from this game, again, link in description, or go to the live tab. You could see the live show that happened right after, and you'll see tons of dooming. And obviously, I couldn't even show a fraction of the comments. They were just flying on the screen in real time as everyone was just unleashing venom. I felt personally attacked. But yeah, check that out. I'll be doing those after every game this season. And hopefully it's a good season for the boys. And we have some fun around here. And I really would like to win tomorrow. Really would. Starting off 0-2 would not feel right. It would not feel right. But throw it out there in the comments. Anything, everything Devils hockey. I enjoy talking to most of you. And I'll be back very soon, kids. Very soon indeed. Devils hockey returns tomorrow in Tampa, and we need a big dub. Need that dub in Tampa. That's all I got for you right now, but I'm back. I'm back in a flash. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. Until next time, friends, let's go Devils.